Yo, what's going on YouTube? How you guys doing? We are back with another gameplay review. This one is going to be interesting because this is a lower rank. I feel like a lot of the gameplay reviews I've been doing lately have been higher rank, and generally I think I enjoy doing higher rank ones more, but I still think it's good to mix in like a low rank review every once in a while. This is aptly titled Sad 0K Billy. Feels bad, dude. Feels so bad. So let's see like what this is all about. Let's just get started, and we'll do the thing where we pause the video too much and talk about things way too much and probably annoy everybody. So let's start out right off the bat by pausing the video and annoying everybody and talking about the build, because I think that's really important. First off, your add-ons are Dad's boots and the steel toe boots, which the yellow one is Dad's boots. It moderately increases the chainsaw steering, so like you can turn a little bit better. And the steel toe boots are the gray one, and they reduce the recovery time if you like collide with a wall with your chainsaw. So these are very like not great add-ons. They're very just like meh. I feel like this is just kind of whatever you had in your inventory. Just like slap some shit on for the sake of having an on type of add-ons, which is okay. Like, that's totally understandable. Your build, based off your build, it makes me feel like you're a very low level and you probably don't have many teachables, because there's no teachables. You have a Billy perk, and then two non-Billy perks. So that almost kind of looks like a dick. Let's not do that again. So yeah, I'm guessing you don't have very many perks, because Sloppy Butcher is a weird. I don't know why you're running Sloppy Butcher. Like, I think Enduring is great on Billy. I think Tinker is a good perk overall. Bitter Murmur is not the best, but it's at least useful. Sloppy is weird. I usually do recommend Sloppy on most killers, but Billy is a killer that doesn't, well, not gonna say he doesn't basic attack, but like not everybody that you down, you're gonna down with a basic attack. Like, I feel like killers that use basic attacks exclusively, Sloppy is really good on, because you're never gonna not apply Sloppy. But with Billy, you're sometimes gonna down people and not apply it, so it's like not really worth. Maybe you just had no other perks, but for instance, like Whispers is a perk that's global, so like Whispers would be good here in place of this. Even if Whispers is only like tier 1 or tier 2, I would probably still run it over Sloppy in this instance. But you know, I'm not going to give you too much shit, because again, you're probably really low level. It doesn't seem like you have much for perks, so I'm not going to give you too much shit about your build. It's okay. It is okay. So you spawn in and you're on a Yamaoka map. You immediately just start chainsawing towards the gens, which is a really good idea. Towards the far gen too, which is also a really good idea. And you're not colliding with anything, which is also really good. And thanks to good old Dad's boots. Wow. Thanks, Dad. Thanks. I get to steer now. Wait, why are you doubling back where you came from? That's okay. That's okay. That's not really that big of a deal. You kind of like chainsaw in a direction and then turn around and walk the same direction that you just came. But like you had just cleared that area, so you didn't need to clear it again. You know what I mean? You like double cleared it. I don't know how I feel about M1ing there. You could have possibly went for a chainsaw, but really that wasn't that bad, because she's also a Meg, so she probably had sprint burst. I definitely think you maybe could have thought about, like, if she didn't have sprint burst, that would have been a wasted opportunity for a chainsaw. But I think she did have sprint burst, so I think it's actually better that you got the M1 there, but that was definitely questionable. Well, I mean, this is a free down right here, dude. That's the freest down I've ever seen. Look at that, dude. We're off to a good start. Tinker went off. Don't bother. It's too far. No, it's too far. Don't bother. No, you're giving up your hook. It's too far away. You're not going to get there in time. There's no way you get there in time. Oh, they're just gonna pick up that Meg for free. Yeah, like you got that down early, like so, like you did such a good job getting that down early, and you're just giving it up for free. Yeah, there's no way you make that, and even if you do make it, there's no way to like realistically keep it regressed. Let me back up. Did you have an opportunity to chainsaw here? I don't think you did. No. I mean, kind of. Okay, I'll say this much. You're rank 14, so like I don't think, and again, like based on your perks, it seems like you're kind of new. So I'm not going to expect you to like know when to chainsaw and when not to chainsaw, and like I'm not going to give you shit about M1ing, but if you really want to play Billy to his maximum potential, you want to go for chainsaws every opportunity you get. And the cool thing about chainsaws is you can pull them out for like a second. And then if the survivor starts to like for instance here, I'll give an example. Like you're running up here, right? And you like see this dude like running to the left. You can like pull out your chainsaw and it barely slows you down, and you can see where he goes, right? Like if he goes to the left, which is where he is going, there's nothing there. Like there's no windows or pallets or anything, which means you can pull out your chainsaw and murder this guy. You can murder him. And then if he does make a move for this window, you just let go of M2, it instantly puts the chainsaw away, and then you just M1 him anyway. Like you just hit him with your basic attack anyway. So like, I feel like a lot of Billy is like trying to get chainsaws, like trying to get chainsaw opportunities every chance you get. But you know, if the opportunity's not there, you need to be quick on your, you know, like quick on your toes, and then cancel it, and then get like the, you know, the normal hit. But you kind of just go straight for the normal hit, which. Again, I guess because your build has sloppy in it, it's not that big of a deal. What just happened? Okay, you kind of like lost track of this Fang, even though you like walked right by her. I think she like cornered up and you walked right by her is what happened. That was strange. I actually don't even know what happened there. This is like an awkward little standoff. Okay, that was like good. That was like surprisingly good. You like baited her into leaving the pallet with your chainsaw, then chased after her. But why are you giving up? Actually, this isn't a terrible spot to give up chase. There's two different people on two different gens, and she's at a strong area, so that's not the worst place to give up chase. I don't hate that play. That's totally fine. All right, you're at a T-wall with the Cheryl, so let's see how you play this. You look very like indecisive on what you're doing. Like did you think she was gonna vault there? She probably vaulted there. You swung too late. Okay, I'm just gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching until eventually you get a hit or like, ooh, okay. Gonna keep watching. Oh no, you're letting her run it the good way. Gets the vault. Just gonna keep watching. Gonna keep watching. Tinker goes off. Ah! Oh! Nice. Okay, good. You ended up getting her in the end. It took a while, but you ended up getting her. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this real quick. So you might have heard me call this a T-wall. These are very commonly called T-walls or LT walls. And the reason why is because this wall right here is shaped like a T, and the wall that's over there is shaped like an L. Like essentially, like the shape of it is like this. Like this is basically the shape of it with a window here and a window here. So it looks like a big capital T and a big capital L, with like this wall right here being the T and the L wall being over that way. So just to explain how these are generally played, like it looks like this survivor is vaguely smart when it comes to looping. Like it looks like she knows the basics to looping. So like when a survivor's looping you, they're gonna stand, like for instance, like the Cheryl's right here, right? Like she's standing right here and she's looking through this window to see what you do. So you're standing right here. If you go this way, she's gonna loop around this way, right? Like she's gonna go whatever direction you go, she's gonna go the opposite to just like get distance on you, right? And like vice versa. Like if you circle around this way, she goes this way. Like she's always gonna go the opposite direction that you go. So you want to basically, you're in control of the direction that she runs, and there's a right and wrong way to go here. So like if you go clockwise, like this direction, like if you chase her that direction, that forces her to also run that direction. And that turns this into a really strong tile because she can vault this window, cut right through this window, cut right through that window. And because you have to go around these walls every time, you'll never catch up. Like you'll literally, I'm kind of just drawing circles at this point. Holy shit. You'll literally never catch up. You always want to chase counterclockwise here. Because if you chase counterclockwise, you end up putting them in these positions where they have to come around the wall and then like have these like 50-50s of like whether they're going to vault or not. And you actually did do that at one point. Like at one point you got the chase going counterclockwise. Like right, you almost did right there, then you double back. I think you're like confused here. She went for a vault here and then you kind of just swung at it. Like right here you had it going, like you had it good right here, like you're going counterclockwise. Right here though, like you just kind of swing at this like a madman. I don't know, like maybe you're just kind of newer, but like even if she would have went for this window vault, this wouldn't have landed. You swing like so, like I don't know why you swing here. She's so far away, and even if she was going for the window, you're too far away from the window right now. Like you're not hitting anything with this swing. Like nothing is getting hit from that swing. That was just a really bad swing. And then this vault was pretty bad too because it literally just lets her run it clockwise, which is what she wants. I think you kind of luck out by Tinker going off because it hides your red light. It gives you undetectable and hides your red light. I think you kind of lucked out with that, and she kind of just like ran into you, and you ended up catching her anyway. But generally, the way you played those LT walls was really bad. I don't know what's going on with you as far as like swinging, but it seems like you swing prematurely a lot. Like a lot. Like it seems to happen quite often. That's definitely something that you need to work on. You need to work on like your reactions and like knowing when to swing and when not to swing, and you know, maybe like learning lunge ranges and all that. Either way, you get that hook, you're chainsawing away. You're gonna go check on this gen. No one there, you should immediately turn around. Immediately turn around. There's nothing else down here. Good. That gen is the only objective on that entire side of the map right now. There's really no reason to be down there at all. Nice. You see the Fang on the left. Good. I was gonna say, you should really be keeping an eye on whatever part of the map is in between the gen that just finished and the hook, because the people that just finished that gen were probably gonna make their way to the hook, and you ended up kind of doing it now, which is how you found this Fang. I mean, you get God Pallet down, break it with a chainsaw, she vaults out. She probably has lithe, right? Yeah, she's thooming, dude. She's thooming. She's out of here. Is she gonna go for the hook? You're gonna chainsaw after her. Make sure you don't hit the... Nice. I was going to say, make sure you don't hit the guy on the hook, but that was really good. That was really good. Yeah, you might as well go for this. Got borrowed time, but it's okay. I mean, you put her into deep wounds, it's okay. Yep, go back and get your hook. Good. Ooh, be careful here because you're under pallet. I think you're okay, though. You're good. Yeah, you can hook her. Perfect. Tinker's going off again. They're getting another gen done across the map. Which one is it? I didn't even see which one it was. Oh, it was the one over by Shaq. Yeah, that one was almost done. Okay, both survivors are there. This is really good. You can down this Cheryl. Slugger. Please, Slugger. No, you could have won the game here, dude. This is the win. This is the win condition right here, man. Plus, she might have decisive strike, so like you might end up getting turbo. Well, let's just find out. Let's find out if she has yes. Before we get, oops, I accidentally equipped my my little drawer. Let's see if she has yes before we say anything else. Let's just find out real quick. Fuck. Well, okay. This was 100%. I don't need, regardless of whatever happens in the match, this is what lost you the game right here. This is 100% what lost you the game right here. This was, you had the opportunity to win. All you had to do was okay. So to explain, when I say slugger, dude, slugger. Like when I'm saying slugger, I explained this in the last gameplay review, but I'll explain it again. Slugging means leaving the survivor on the ground. It means you down the survivor, and instead of picking them up, you just let them lay there, because they lay there and like a pool of blood, and like when they're like crawling away, they like leave a little trail of blood behind them, and they kind of look like a slug trail. You basically turn them into human slugs. That's why it's called slugging. So if you ever hear someone say slugging, that's what they mean. It means downing somebody and then just leaving them on the ground and not picking them up. That's what you should have did to her. First off, it's very possible that she has decisive strike because she just got unhooked. So like that's first off. Like I feel like if anybody has just recently been unhooked and there's an opportunity to slug them, you always want to do it. Like if you down someone that's recently been unhooked and you know where someone else is, you definitely want to leave that guy on the ground, because like the risk of DS is way too high, and more, it's like one of the most ran perks in the game. Like most people have it. So especially if there's an obsession like there is, 100% you leave this guy on the ground. But on top of that, even more so, let's talk about this more. This is what happened when that gen popped. You see both of the other two survivors. So you have a guy on a hook. That guy's behind you. You have the guy with borrowed time, who is like the dude. Is this him right there? I can't really tell. This might be him right there. I think that is, right? Hold on. Let's see. I think that's him. Yeah, that is. Okay, cool. So you have the dude with borrowed time, who's right here. There's 2, 3, 4. There's all you have information on where the whole team is. You know where everybody is. So what you can do right now is you can be like, okay, so this guy is creeping forward. He's probably going to be stealthing somewhere in these rocks. You can see this guy running away. You're like, okay, he's trying to either A, run away and get on a generator, or B, trying to take like a weird angle for the unhook. You can kind of use the information. Like that's the whole power of information perks like Bitter Murmur, is so that you can use that information and implement it into your strategy, right? Like that is the whole purpose of information perks. That's the entire reason why information perks are strong to begin with. So you have all this information. Like right now, you downed her. You can now go over to where you saw that guy creeping up, find him, get a chainsaw on him, and then you have one person hooked, one person downed, another person downed, and then you know that the other guy is that way somewhere. So you can then look for the last guy. You could literally have, you could have won the game right here. You could have literally downed all 4 right here, because the 4th guy wasn't even going for the unhook. He was going deeper into the map. So if you would have downed that guy that was creeping towards the hook, the other guy would have been nowhere near the hook, and you could have had all day. You could have literally had all day to look for him. It would have been the easiest win ever. It would have been so free. So instead of having all that potential map pressure, you instead pick up this dude, let him decisive strike you, eat like a 4-second stun. I'm guessing during the stun, the dude might even go unhook. I hope you don't chase him. Well, you do. I would have went for that other guy. Yeah, he got the unhook too. See, like, you could have had so much map pressure, and then you end up with none. You end up with literally none. That's so rough. And now that guy that ran across the map, instead of like forcing him to like go for the save or do something, he's now like freely doing generators. This was another position where you went for an M1 attack where you shouldn't have, by the way. This is like another opportunity to chainsaw. Again, I'm going to go ahead and say this as well. The whole point of playing a killer like Hillbilly that has a chainsaw, that has a one-shot down, is to like use his one-shot down, right? Like the chainsaw isn't just there for mobility. Like the mobility is nice, but the one-shot down potential is really where the strength comes in. It saves so much time. Like one-shot downing a survivor saves you so much time. And like, there's nothing really here. Like he has a window over there, but he's not even running to it. Like he's running out here, you know? He's not in a great spot right now. You could absolutely chainsaw him, but you go for a hit, and the swing you go for again, like even that was really far away. Like you're swinging super early. I think you're overestimating the length of the lunge. Like that one barely landed, and I think it only landed because he kind of like ran back into you. You're playing this really weird. What are you doing? You're kind of just, you're like going back and forth, but you're not committing to either side enough to like bait him into vaulting. You built Bloodlust. Okay, this dude, this guy's really, you kind of lucked out because this guy's really bad. Like he's really, really bad. So you kind of lucked out. I will say though that like what you're doing here isn't really accomplishing anything. Like I think you're trying to fake him out into like, running one of the directions, but he's in a really safe spot in here. Like he has this window right here, and he also has like over here is like a pallet. Like there's a really strong pallet there. I don't know how to draw a pallet. There you go. That's a pallet. He also has a really strong pallet over there as well. So like he's in a super safe spot here. He's not really gonna like if you're gonna try to bait him into doing something, you need to go a little bit further than what you do, right? Like here, let me back it up. Like for instance, right here, you stop before you even turn the corner. Like you should be going. Like right here, if you want to fake this out, you got to walk the whole way up to the door and then turn around, and you don't. You kind of just stop at the corner. And same thing with this corner. Like if you want to fake this out, you want to walk like up and like show your show your red light at the door and then turn around. Like you don't go far enough to really bait him into doing anything. Like he's not like seeing you walk inside, or he's not even getting scared of you walking inside because you're not getting anywhere near the doors. So he's just kind of chilling in there. Then you vault in like. I mean, honestly, you really have no right getting a hit here. His routing is terrible. Like he literally went, his routing was like, and then in over here, and then he goes like way out. Like if he would have just hugged this wall and then ran inside, he probably would have made it. But this guy's routing is really, like even right here, like what the hell's he doing out here? Why is he not just like, why is this guy not just running in? I don't know. This Jeff is just kind of bad. So you luck out. I mean, again, this is low rank, so I guess what do I expect? I shouldn't really be expecting anybody to be playing correctly. Like I shouldn't be expecting you to play correctly or him to play correctly. So maybe that's me being a little bit too hard on both of you guys because you know, I'm too used to playing at high level and I'm used to reviewing rank 1 games. By the way, you get the hook on him. Let's go see what you can find. They did get an unhook over here not too long ago, so it's not crazy to think that they might be here. Doesn't look like they are, though. Ooh, Scratch Mark's going for the hook. Tinker's going off across the map. I don't think you're going to be able to stop these gens from getting done now. You had that one opportunity, and I think you just blew it. Again, like, what's this little dance you're doing? Actually, there wasn't even a pallet there. When I was talking about a pallet there earlier, I guess I lied. Chainsaw. Man, you could have chainsawed her. You could have did it. I mean, that one was a little bit less obvious of a chainsaw, so I don't blame you for not going for it, but you definitely could have chainsawed her there. She had live, and you chainsawed after her. which is good. You're gonna down her here, which is also good. Cool. I mean, not bad. I'll talk about the shack play real quick, just because why not? Again, like the way that you play these is really weird. Like I don't get this whole like what is this? You like come up and then you back up and then you come forward. Like I don't really understand what you're thinking with your movement here. Your movement feels very weird. Like why are you walking to the door, backing up and then coming back? Like you backing up just gives her more distance. So like if like hypothetically if instead of trying to stay here, if she just bolted away, she would have so much distance just because of like how much you're, I don't know, just like doing circles with your movement. It's really weird. You end up vaulting into her though and she misses it. Right here, like this kind of requires some map knowledge, but I think this comes from experience, and you're not experienced enough to know this yet, but you're close enough here that if you would have started revving your chainsaw while turning this corner, you could have easily got a chainsaw on her. Like if you started revving your chainsaw right now, start revving your chainsaw, and then as you come inside, like right here, your chainsaw's ready to go, right? So if she vaults the window, you fucking fly at her with a chainsaw and kill her. If she like runs away from the window, you just turn your aim and chainsaw her. Like either way, you could have chainsawed her here. Like you could have absolutely got a one-shot down, which again, it's really important to get your one-shot downs when you play Billy. Like that's the point of playing Billy, you know? That's like literally his entire strength. Like his mobility is great, don't get me wrong, but like the one-shot down is really what makes him insane. This is great though. Like the way you follow her up and then you down her, it was great. You like tracked her perfectly after the vault. She had lithe and she, you know, basically her entire value that she would have got out of lithe and the extra distance is completely nullified because you chainsawed directly after her, which was great. You played that really, really good. You hear someone running up. Pull out your chainsaw. Chainsaw, no! Come on, man. Why? You're freaking out. You're freaking out. Oh, man. Okay. Backing up. Back up. Back up. Back up again. Back up. Okay. So. Just gonna throw this out there. If you're playing Billy or Leatherface or basically anybody else that has like a power that is able to down people faster than, you know, M1ing them, a Plague with your corrupt puke or Huntress with hatchets, basically any killer that's able to down somebody faster than M1ing them twice. If you're playing any killer like that, but especially killers with one shot down, especially like Billy and Bubba, those guys especially, if you hear somebody running to the hook while you're hooking, like listen. You hear that pitter patter? The pop, 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 pop. That's this bitch. That is this bitch right here. Look at her. Look at her. That is the freest chainsaw in the world. There is nothing around. This structure over here is the closest thing, and that is like very far away. You like, I think you just like panic. Like I think you just freak out and you're like, oh my God, oh, and you just like hit the guy on the hook, you know what I mean? But like that is such a free down. But because you hitting the guy on the hook puts you in like this cooldown where now you got to do like the little hammer toss thing. You're slowed down, you know what I mean? It just gives her all this distance and now she's in a safe spot. Like that was the freest down ever. You could have easily chainsawed her. Like that was like a huge throw on her part that you could have punished. And again, that was another situation where you could have turned this game around because you would have had a guy on a hook. You would have had a guy down to right beside the hook. And you could have used that to your advantage to snowball pressure and, you know, probably get the win. But now the guy that you hooked is unhooked. You're chasing a guy across the map. There's only one gen left. You only have pressure on this one guy. All the other three guys are probably doing gens. So the last gen's is gonna finish like any second now. Your tracking looks like it needs a little bit of work. Okay, tracking is like one of the hardest things in DBD. So like, I don't blame you for being bad at this. I still fuck up tracking a lot, and I have like 7,000 hours. Scratch marks are very difficult to follow, so I'm not gonna give you too much shit there. You ended up finding her anyway. Like you ended up like recovering, but you definitely had a moment. It's okay. We all have moments. I have moments all the time where I'm tracking, where I'm like following somebody, and I'm like, wait, where the hell did they go? How do you play this? You know, touche. I gotta give you credit, touche. Are you gonna try to defend that? You maybe could. Yeah, I mean that's the very last gen. I don't think you're gonna get there in time. Yeah, you're not gonna get there in time. Well, they just failed a skill check. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. And you did. Okay. Something else I'll say. I understand what happened there. You went for a grab and you didn't get it. let me back it up and just talk about everything. Let me talk about everything. First off, this was pretty good. Like, you didn't really go for any kind of a mind game, but I love the fact that you know that you have enduring, right? Like, you have enduring and you're like, I fucking know it. I know I have enduring. I love enduring. And then you just swing at the pallet like a psycho. Like, that's exactly what you should be doing when you're running enduring. If you're running enduring on any killer, you should be swinging at pallets like psychos. Because very often you'll get hits like this, where survivors are trying to, like, not throw the pallet until the very last second, and they get all greedy, and then you just, you know, dude, that blood splatter, this is actually a sick, like, time to pause. What the hell? This is fucking cool. Anyway, so you played that really well. Like, that was really smart. 10 out of 10 would recommend if you're ever running enduring. Even without enduring, it's pretty good to do, but with enduring especially, there's no reason to not just swing at pallets. This was really unfortunate. I know what happened here. You like saw her here and you were trying to get the grab, but what I will say is, in a situation like this, can I back it up just a little bit? Just a hair. In a situation like this, where the survivor is on, like, the side of a generator, right? Sometimes you can body block them in, and body blocking is so huge on killers with one-shot downs. If you stand right here, maybe. This is my hillbilly. If you stand right here on the grass, you might corner her in, because your body's pretty big, right? Like, you're a pretty wide boy. Like, you'd be like a wall like this, right? If you stand, like, just right, you might be able to corner her in so that she can't move after they finish the gen. And then if you corner her in so that she can't move, you can literally just stand there and rev your chainsaw and get a free down. It's such a good way to get downs. But you kind of like you put yourself in the corner, right? Like, what I'm saying is, right now, you could have been standing, like, over here, and then, like, holding her, like, diagonally in. So like, if she tries to go this way, she runs into your body. If she tries to go that way, she runs into your body. I'm not sure if it would have worked here, because this rock is kind of weirdly shaped, but you could have at least tried it, and it might have gotten you a free down here. Like, it's definitely possible that it would have gotten you a free down here. But instead, you, like, don't position yourself very well, and you go for the grab, which I don't blame you for going for the grab, but you definitely should have at least positioned yourself in a way that where you could have body blocked. You go again. You're lunging so early. I don't think you, like, know the distance of lunges. I feel like you've landed a couple lunges where, like, it feels like the survivors, like, walk back into you, and maybe it's making you not know the distance. But you're definitely, she went to your right. I guess you didn't hear it. I heard her. I heard her with, like, the headphones, but you might not have heard her, or you might not know what to listen for. All right, she gets to a pallet. Oh! This is, oh no, you don't have one of them. No, what are you doing? You were doing so well. Why did you stop? Why did you stop the chainsaw? Wait, what are you doing? Oh no, dude. Man, this ain't it. This ain't it, Chieftain. This is not it. Like, this was good. He was on the thing. There's, like, nothing really that good nearby. Like, yeah, there's this rock, but this rock ain't shit. It's just a fucking rock, you know? You can totally chainsaw this guy. Like, you totally could have had him right here. Even right here, like, when he gets distant, like, right there, you're still right on top of him. Just get on his ass. Okay, if you don't know, like, how to land a chainsaw, by the way, in like, this type of situation, you just get right on top of him. Like, literally sit right on his face. There's a thing in DBD called back revving. Back revving is literally, it's called back rev, okay? And it literally just means that you're revving the chainsaw while you're directly on the survivor's back. Pretty simple, right? Back rev. Rev on the back rev. That's what you should be doing. You should be getting right up on this guy's ass, and then while you're on his ass, you should be revving your chainsaw. So that way, the second that you fill the bar, you're already looking at him, bam, instantly chainsaws him. You could have done that to this guy like 4 times. Even right here. Like, even right here. He's literally running at you. Pull out your chainsaw. Like, you have a power. You have an ability that one-shot downs. Instead, you hit him, and then when you hit him, you put yourself in this cooldown where you have to do, like, the stupid hammer throw again. And also, you give him a massive speed boost. Like, look, he's gone. He's gone now. He's a Narnia. He makes it to the pallet now. Like, he has no right getting to this pallet. He should have never made this pallet. He should be dead. This guy should be absolutely dead. And you kind of just let him go. Here's it. Please, chainsaw. Please. No, chainsaw. Use your chainsaw. Use your goddamn chainsaw. Oh my God, this hurts. Oh God. All right. Another M1 on this guy. That's okay, because he had a pallet. That was actually good to M1. That's okay. I'm not mad about that one. That one was good. You should have M1 there. He needed to be M1. He was at a pallet. If you went for a chainsaw, he would have just thrown the pallet. That was a good time to M1. All these other times, bad. He has lithe. Again, you're swinging at things that don't need to be swung at. Swang at? Swung? Swung? Swang? Swung? Dude, you really just must not know the lunge range, huh? See, I might be giving you all this shit, but maybe you're like extremely new. Another opportunity where you could have chainsawed. You're just like, dude, you're just letting everyone live because you refuse to use your chainsaw. Like, these guys all just got free rides because you just refused to use chainsaw. You could have had so many kills here. There was like 5 different opportunities to land chainsaws. Just in the past like minute of watching, there was like 5 opportunities to land a chainsaw. And you just didn't take any one of them and you just M1'd everyone instead. Like, you have to understand that when you hit someone with a basic attack, they get a ton of distance. You get kind of held in place for a minute while you do your cooldown, and they get a huge burst of speed that they use to get a ton of distance on you. Whereas a chainsaw, none of that happens. With a chainsaw, you just kill them. They just drop dead. They're just on the ground, dead, dying, done. It's over. It is literally over. Okay, you have 40, or you're level 40. I would really be curious to know, like, your hours and stuff. I feel like usually when people, usually whenever I review people's games, they usually come into like the comment section and comment. So if you are watching this, boo, feel free to drop a comment and I'll try to like pin it. You are level 62, which isn't that, see, I don't know. I don't even know how much time it takes to get level 62 because I started playing this game before Devotion even existed, so like I'm not sure how many hours level 62 is on average. I don't know. I'm guessing it's not that much though. It doesn't seem like it. I feel like 62 wouldn't take that long. I definitely feel like there's a lot to say here. Again, I think you're really new. Unless I'm mistaken, it feels like you're very new to the game. So a lot of the stuff I said, this game might have been me like nitpicking and being a little, like, for instance, like I was saying at like the shack, like that shack play I was talking about at one point was just silly. Like, you don't really need to worry about that. Like, if you're still this new, you absolutely don't need to worry about this. Like, I was talking about revving your chainsaw while turning this corner so that you get a chainsaw here instead of an M1, right? Like, that's something that a very good killer who's very knowledgeable and knows, you know, exactly what this building, you know, is shaped like and knows the distances and knows exactly how long it takes to rev the chainsaw and like how much distance you have to run until the chainsaw is fully charged. Like, it's a lot of like muscle memory and a lot of like knowing distances and things that you just might not know yet. So like, don't worry about this. Like, this is pretty irrelevant. But one big thing, you need to focus on learning lunge ranges. The amount of long lunges that you went for, like, I don't even know which one to go to. There were so many in this video. But like, you just went for some crazy lunges, like absolutely like this lunge was not gonna hit anyone, dude. Like this, you're nowhere near, dude. Literally nowhere near. And you did this a bunch of times. You even got lucky and got a couple hits with like a couple of them. But generally speaking, like your lunges are wild, man. Like you gotta wait until you're a little bit closer. I don't know, man. That's rough. And the other thing I'm gonna say is that if you're gonna play Hillbilly, like, if you plan on playing Hillbilly, you need to use your chainsaw, man. Like, there's literally no point in playing Billy if you're not going to one-shot down people. If you're not going to one-shot down people, then you might as well just play Wraith. Because, like, at least Wraith will have, like, stealth. He still has, like, decent mobility, and at least he has stealth. Like, Billy's one-shot down is what makes him so powerful. Like the amount of, like, fast pressure you can get, right? Like, just to explain. Say this is a map, right? I'm just going to do a quick explanation. Say this is a map. You're the killer right here, and, well, here, we'll make you an X. That's the killer, and this is a survivor, right? If you M1 this survivor, she gets a massive speed boost, and you get the slowdown, right? She runs the fuck away. You got to go through your cooldown. You got to chase after her, catch up to her again, and then hit her again. This whole process takes, like, at bare minimum, like, if the survivor is completely, like, okay, if the survivor, like, sits completely still, it'll take, like, 4 seconds. But assuming the survivor literally just holds W, like, even if they're just there enough, like, if they're not AFK, if they just hold W and run away, this process at the very, like, lowest amount takes, like, 20 seconds, you know? And sometimes it's even worse. Like sometimes they make it to a strong area of the map, and 20 seconds can be more like 200 seconds. You know, it can take like multiple minutes if you chase someone into a really, really good area. So that's like so much extra time that is just so unnecessary, man. Like your chases can end so much faster. And again, the faster you end the chases, the better. The faster you down the person, the faster that you can put them on a hook. And when this guy is hooked, that means the people that aren't hooked have to get off the generators to unhook them, which means less generators get done, which means you have more time to chainsaw more people, which means more people get hooked. And that means more survivors have to get off the generators to get the other people that are on the hooks, which means less gens get done, which gives you even more time. And then there's this whole circle, and then there's just map pressure forever, and then you win the game. And that's exactly how you win a game as killer. That's how you win a game as killer, especially as hillbilly. So, yeah, that was your big mistake. And I will say, as far as like a strategic mistake, you definitely threw the game really hard here. But like, I don't want to give you too much shit for this because, again, I think you're relatively new to the game. Like, an experienced player here, like a good killer, this is like heaven to a good player, dude. This is like heaven. Like a really good experienced killer that knows what they're doing. If you hook somebody, see somebody that you can down right in front of you and see both the auras of the last two survivors in the distance, like knowing what every single survivor is doing and where they're going is like, mwah, that's like chef's kiss. Perfect situation for a killer. And again, I think it's just because you're new. So I'm not going to give you too much shit for this. I don't expect you to know how to take advantage of this information. I mean, for Christ's sake, you don't even know lunge ranges yet. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's really too crazy to like, I don't want to give you shit and say like, you need to work on this, because you really don't need to work on this yet. You don't really need to worry about this. This is something that will come later as you get better at the game. You'll start to get more experience. You'll start to get more game sense, and this kind of thing will come naturally. But yeah, you definitely could have won the game here. Like all that aside, you definitely could have won the game here. The big thing that you need to focus on: learn lunge ranges. Every single time that you swing at somebody and don't hit them, you're giving them more distance, which might mean that they get to a pallet, which can then extend the chase. Like if you have an opportunity to get a hit, you need to get that hit. If you have an opportunity to get a hit and you don't get it, that has the possibility of extending your chase another 20, 30 seconds, right? And keep in mind, gens are only 80 seconds. So like if 3 people are on one gen, 30 seconds is a whole gen, because that's 3 different people adding 30 seconds, right? So like, I mean, obviously, before someone actually leaves me, I mean, like there was like a slight penalty for working on it together, but you know what I mean? Like generally speaking, like 3 different survivors at 30 seconds apiece, that's like 90 seconds worth of value, which is like a whole generator worth of value. So you really gotta like, you gotta really like, killer's all about time management. So like that kind of shit's really important. You can't be going for lunges and missing. And on top of that, the other thing that you gotta work on is, if you're gonna play Billy, try to use your chainsaw. At least try. Like, I would rather you go for chainsaws and fuck them up and mess up over and over again, because at least then you'd be learning and you'd be getting better at chainsawing. If you just give up and never go for chainsaws, then you're never going to be able to do well as Billy. Like, it's just, you're just defeating the entire purpose of playing him. So that's your homework. That is your homework. Learn lunge ranges. Learn range of lunge. And your second piece of homework is go for chainsaws, especially if they're not near a window or pallet. If they're near a window or pallet, feel free to just M1 them. But like if they're out in the open, you know, if there's no window or pallet within like, I don't know, 5 or 10 meters of you, go for chainsaws. You need to do that. That was like, man, like it again, like I know you're new, so like I'm not trying to be too hard on you or sound mean, but it kind of hurt to watch that ending, man. Like it kind of did. Like it was tough. You had so many opportunities to fuck these guys up, and then you just didn't do it. And yeah, I don't know. Keep that in mind as well. Anybody watching, keep in mind that this guy's really new. I know YouTube comment section can be really harsh, but keep in mind this guy was rank 14. He probably has like not very many hours. Don't be too hard on the guy, okay? I do think overall, like, this match was played pretty well considering how new you are. And there was a lot of things I saw that I liked. I love that you were swinging at pallets with enduring and shit. Like, there was a lot of things that you did right. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't all bad. You definitely did some things right. But you did a lot of important things wrong. So work on it. Work on it. I'm going to be going in circles if I keep talking. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a thing or two. If you guys like these kind of videos, leave it a like because it helps me with the algorithm and all that. Also, if you guys want to submit footage yourself to be reviewed, we have a channel in Discord. If you join my Discord, it's linked below in the description. We have a channel called Gameplay Review Submissions where you can post YouTube videos of your footage. The footage must be good quality. I need to be able to like see and hear what's going on without it like hurting my eyes or ears. It can't be a 4K. Do not post 4Ks. I say this every time, and so many people still come in and post 4Ks. I don't understand why. I'm not reviewing a 4K. I'm not going to let my channel be somewhere where you come to flex your best games, okay? You can't give me a game where you 4K at 5 gens and be like, well, yeah, I 4K them at 5 gens, but I feel like I could have done it better. Like, no, I want your bad games. Give me your bad games so I can tell you what you did wrong. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. Also, no commentary over them. I need it to be just game audio. And yeah, feel free to submit if you guys want. I love doing these, and I would be glad to look through and possibly review your footage if you post yours. Sub to the channel as well. I'm uploading daily, if not daily, probably every other day. I'm gonna be uploading as much as I can. It'll probably be either every other day or daily. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm getting out of here. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I will see you guys later. I'm out of here. See ya. Take care. See ya. I'm out of here. See ya. See you later. See ya.